Says I'm live. Oh, there's 4 people here already. I was a little late getting out here. I had to come outside today. They still ain't finished up yonder. So we didn't get around to putting everything up. So we're gonna do that this evening, putting all the dishes back up. It's been a busy week, man. I had to go up northwest of Richmond, man. It was about 40 miles. Had to go. That's halfway to Charlottesville, man. Charlottesville ain't but 90 miles from here. I see Buzz is going off to a concert. If it's a rock concert or if it's a classical music concert. Alton Bunn Jr., how you doing, Alton? What we gonna do outside tonight, Alton? Because the kitchen's still tore up. We ain't put everything back yet. Steve, hope you're well. Hello from Minnesota. How you doing up there, boss? You're supposed to get a heat wave out in the Midwest this week. I mean, you guys are going to be up in the hundreds of feel like temperature. Hey, Cole. Hey, man. I'm sorry, man. I didn't get a chance to get to you last week. Is it all right if I give you a call at work? I'm thinking this Saturday, but if it's okay. But, I mean, it can be another time. So, hope you're well. What's up, bud? Is this live? I hope so. Oh, you know what? We changed internet providers last week. So we might lag. And being this far from the house, ain't no telling what's going to happen on here. So I'll be honest with you, my daggone laptop is busted. Right there at the hinges, where it opens at, I have to stick a folded up business card down in there to keep it so I can see the picture. Otherwise, I can't see nothing but a black screen. I reckon I should get a new one, but it works. So, yes, this is live, Cole. Happy Thursday, Steve. Thanks for the 2025 retirement. Oh, that's good. Glad to do it, boss. Glad to do it. Tickles me, man. Hey, man, the Cowbell Club ain't much of a club, but it's the least I can do. I'm doing good too, Alton. Been a little tired. Like I said, I had to spend the morning up northwest of Richmond, halfway to Charlottesville almost. And then I come home and I had to prepare for the live tonight. Let me tip y'all up a little bit. I can't mess nothing up. I don't like to touch the screen and mic or anything because I screw them up easy. And then I had to put my bug screen up. I've just been lazy. I ain't done it this year, but I figured I was going to be out here tonight. I better put one up. So at least I got my butt kicked so I can put it up here. Give me a reason. I put it in the shed for the winter. I just never did bring it out yet. Football, this concert ain't Coldplay. I'm getting off phone and get on a laptop. Oh, okay. It's hot in Chicago. Yeah, the whole Midwest is supposed to be, man. I got I don't know. No. I got an email from somebody. I think they were in Iowa. Said it's supposed to be the feel like temperatures in the hundreds this week. We're not supposed to start till tomorrow, I think, or Saturday. It's supposed to come in. But with it comes a chance of rain. So, in the evenings, because of the heat buildup. Hello, Steve. Hope you're doing well and your project is going good. Hot down here in Western North Carolina. Yes, it is. How's the Harden doing? I'm not sure what you're talking about, Harden. Garden. Oh, I see. You put it down in the bottom. I'm slow, man. Hey, man, I got a ring. It's not going good, man. I had a rough year, man. I'm making a lot of cukes, squash, cherry tomatoes. That's the reason I put cherry tomatoes in. I mean, you get hands full of them every time you go out there. Because we like to give them to the neighbors. That's a good way to know your neighbors. And, people like to get free stuff. So, and they make more than we can eat. You put in 2 or 3 plants of those, man, they just make hundreds of them. But my big tomatoes really ain't doing well. I think might have to put them in a bag or something and bring them up here closer to the house where they can get full sun at. I don't know. They did good last year, just made small ones. And the year before that, we had more than we could handle. But this year, we ain't. It's not really making much. I thought last year it was because of the daggone being an heirloom tomato that they only produce what they know they can support. Because I made a lot of blooms last year, but they dropped off. So I don't know. I don't know. And man, I ain't no gardener. I stick it in the ground, come back in a couple of weeks, and take what's there. So I don't really pay much attention to it. I do have to water it because it being a raised garden bed like that, they don't stay as moist as one in the ground. They can't get the ground moisture. So, Swamp Rat, how you doing, boss? Got a metal detector, so I become a beach bum. I thought about it, man, because we got Virginia's where, I think I've seen something like 70% of all the battles of the Civil War were fought here. Or the majority of the battles, I guess. And but a lot of the land's private, so you have to get permission. And a lot of it's parkways too, so you're not allowed to do it there. So we got our first big tomatoes this week. Well, that's good. That's good. Well, they've been coming off here when we do get them. I don't know. Well, for about a week or two now, I got my first oxheart tomato off. About a week or so ago, I believe. We'll catch up soon. I'll give 4 hours tomorrow that I'm done. Oh, okay, there, Cole. I bet you do, Cole. I bet you do. But so we'll see. But yeah, hopefully the contractors are here today. Said they're going to finish the deck off this weekend. So I think all the siding's done on it. They have to hook up our doorbell and our front porch light, but everything else is done. The gutter guards and everything's put back together. Now the gutters look terrible. I'm gonna have to wash them or paint over them. But and it's still got the old trim down on the foundation, so we're gonna have to get some paint to do that with. So we'll get on that. Still dealing with the daggone bathroom because we had a bathtub replaced earlier a month or so ago. Well, they still got where they muttered around the tub, but the wife wants to paint the bathroom a different color. And then we bought a new mirror for the front, for the above the sink. And then she wants to buy the faucet and handles that match the tub faucet and handles. So I got to replace all that. Last week I had to work on the daggone. We had a pipe plug up on us, come from the dishwasher to the 2 kitchen sinks. And so I had to take that apart and clean that out. Man, that thing was nasty. We picked up the steer from the butcher today, filled the whole freezer. Well, that's good, Carrie. I got an uncle. I've told you before. I got an uncle up in Ohio. I had an uncle. He died a few years back. He died a couple years before Dad did. But it was Dad's older brother. But he used to raise Simmental cattle up there on his farm. He called it the Windy Hill Farm because he's at the top of a hill up yonder. And it's always windy. They always got a breeze up there. Matter of fact, you don't have air conditioning. You don't need one. He said you might get a couple of days during the summer that's unbearable, but other than that. But we used to always go up there when I was a kid. And Mom and Dad had a freezer, chest freezer. We'd go up and buy a cow off of him. And he'd have it butchered. We'd go up yonder and pick it up. Making moonshine in that tub. No. I looked into it one time. Because, in Virginia, it's legal. I think you can have a gallon per person of drinking age in the residence. That's legal. But because I wanted to do it old style. You ever watch? They have The Last Run, Popcorn Sutton down there in North Carolina. He done They talked to him about it, and how he made them old fashioned stills with clay, and you could use that clay to fill the holes once you get it steaming. So I looked into doing it that way because years ago, well, back during the Depression, they used to make it in the bathtub then, and you can make it in small batches. But I was always interested in how they done it, so I never did. I bought some of it though. I had some from North Carolina and West Virginia and Ohio. Oh, I ain't never had none from Virginia. No, bought it in South Carolina. I'm sorry. Actually, got a deal on that one because he knew my uncle, so he thought the world of him. So he gave me a cut deal on it. But I had to drive it across state line, so I was a little worried. JMP, how you doing? Moonshine ain't for the weak of the heart, like paint thinner. Yes, some of it is. But a fellow my dad worked with, he's from over near, I think he's from near Beckley. But his brother used to make it. And that was the best I ever had. It was, he used to drop a piece of charred wood down in it, so it actually had the whiskey color. It wasn't clear. And that smoothed it right on out. It wasn't bad at all. But it hit you quick. I asked the guy, I said, I've never had nothing like that. Yeah, he said, yeah, I was over at his house visiting him one time. He just lives, I don't know, 10 minutes around the corner there. And when he retired, he moved back to West Virginia. A lot of people down here from West Virginia, and just about all of them moved back when they retire. Good old T, yes. Oat and Charlie, how you doing, boss? Hope you're well. Looking forward to the football season. Yes, I am. Oh, I didn't see that. I didn't see that. But they start uh preseason practice here shortly. I just got my notice from the because we're shareholders. We're loaded. I actually own part of a football team, professional football team. But every year they send me a notice to go to shareholders meeting, and that's sometime in August. I think it's the first or second week of August, and they always have practice in. So you stay the weekend or something like that, and you can go watch them practice. I ain't never been. I wanted to take the baby, but because me and the boy went in December one year, I figured it'd be my only chance to get up there, so I wanted to experience the frozen tundra. But and it did snow that day, just flurries though. But I'd like to take the baby because it's a nice little town, especially across the street from the daggone football field, the stadium. They got them. The neighbors get together and paint their fences, uh, Green Bay colors, and they'll do little caricatures of the players and wishing them good luck and stuff. And they have a thing up there that where the players ride kids' bikes uh, between practice fields over there. Kids will wait outside with their bikes, and the players will pick one and ride their bike over, and the kid will carry his helmet for him. I always thought that was kind of nice. That's unique. But sometimes it'd be a little bitty kid, and they get one of them little bitty bicycles, and the guy pick it up and carry it, and he'll just walk shaking, holding the kid's hand and stuff. Their Packers are real good with the community up there, and they're real well thought of up there. They do a lot of stuff for that community. So I don't know. I've always liked them, but that'd be neat. 1923. I'll have to check that out when I get off of here. Did the porch get completed? No, JMP, it didn't. They're going to do it this weekend. They they got everything tore down and got the footings poured for the post and everything, but uh, they didn't get it all finished off yet. So I don't think they're going to do anything tomorrow. I guess the siding guys have to come back and put the lights, the porch light on, and the doorbell and the little electrical outlet. Because normally I have electrical extension cord, one of them outdoor extension cords up there on the deck, and I just plug it in. I can run it out of here. That's how I normally plug in my lights. We only plug them in most time for Christmas, though. We do a little bit more each year for Christmas. I think the first year we just put wreath up, I believe, and had these lights. Then the next year, I think we put them candy canes up front. And last year we put a tree. I wanted to put my little train set up around the tree. Saw that Colorado receiver, Will Shepard, signed with Green Bay. Oh, okay. No, I didn't see that. I didn't keep up with it much, man. I don't watch the draft. I kind of tune in late to see who all they got. But as a general rule, I don't follow it tight. Used to when I was a kid, man. I knew all that stuff. Knew that stuff about baseball and basketball too. But I just don't get a chance to watch as much anymore, man. And I miss it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I enjoy watching it. And for a long time, I don't know, 3, 4 years, I didn't watch any pro football because I was ticked off at them. I didn't like the way it was during that daggone flag kneel or no national anthem kneeling. I didn't like that, and so I said, "Man, that's it. I won't watch." And I didn't for a long time. And then I started back just watching the Packer games. We can't get them on here, all of them, and I don't buy that daggone NFL network, but I can get them on here. There's some kind of sports network or free sports channels. They're bootleg stuff, but I can get them on here to watch them. And so I do watch them on here. Well, I'll be. That's in Hendersonville. Okay. A few years ago they had like I don't know what you call it, a replica of the largest steel ever busted in Virginia at the state fair. And they had them. You ever see them oil drums that kind of oblong like that, for heating oil and stuff? These were huge, but that's the size of them. I think the guy had 10 of them in a barn somewhere, and they rebuilt it, recreated it over yonder for them. I mean, that thing was massive. I bet it was sorry. I bet that stuff was terrible. It's hard to make that stuff in a large batch and taste good. I mean, that's a lot of daggone sugar you got to put in that daggone thing. I don't know. I don't know. Supposed to reach 100 for the first time tomorrow. Oh, okay. We rarely hit 100, but it don't take much. If you got 65, 70% humidity, I mean, 88, 86 degrees, you're getting 100 or 105. That's where ours comes in, that humidity. But we've hit 100. I think we've hit 100 a couple times this year. And that might be all we ever hit it. We used to hang out in the 90s, low to mid 90s. But that humidity comes in. Our average humidity in the summer is like 65%, I think. And you throw that on top of 95 degrees, you're looking at 105, 110. So, good evening, Steve, from Syracuse, New York, Roberta Ackman. Mom had a cousin that lived in Syracuse. When I was a kid, we went up to Niagara Falls. We spent the weekend with them, I believe. And they ended up moving back to South Carolina. There's a little story behind that in the family. Anyways, they left in the middle of the night, and the next day they was down in Carolina. So I don't know. They was always suspected of being into not exactly above board situations. So actually, I think they went to Indianapolis for May. That's right, because their daughter had their car stolen at the Indianapolis 500 practice day or whatever. Their skip day in high school. That's what all the kids would do. And she went there and her car got stolen, and that's where they left and headed down to South Carolina. Yeah. So. St. Leon, Indiana. Boy, I've never heard of that place, boss. Well, you in northern Virginia, northern Indiana, southern part of it. What are you close to? It's been in the 90s here in northwest Wisconsin. Man, I bet you guys are dying. My wife's talking to my aunt up there in Pennsylvania now, and she's telling her about we were down there when the kids were little one time, and it was in the 90s up there in Pennsylvania. She lives over there on the Pennsylvania Ohio border, and you couldn't buy ice nowhere, and everybody was dying up there, man. They said, "Man, it's hot." Her grandkids were walking with us out in the yard. We just went outside for a little bit to walk around, and they said, "Man, we're going inside because it's hot in here." Out here, and we thought it was beautiful. I mean, the grass was cool on your feet. Same thing happened to us when we went to Niagara Falls. I was about to freeze to death up there, and it was in June, but it got cool at night. And there was a guy out there cutting grass in just a pair of shorts. To him, it was warm. So it wouldn't. It's amazing what you get used to. It really is. You know, I don't know. Close to Cincinnati. Oh, okay. I went and watched the Reds play Philadelphia one time. It's back when P. Rose was still playing. Actually, I was living in Columbus at the time, and we went to Cincinnati. I think was it Kings Island they have there? The amusement park they have there. I think it's Kings Island. And one of my roommates, he had an uncle living in Dayton, so we went down that way. And after the ball game, we went over to Kentucky and had dinner, and then we went on back home, I believe. Come on back to Columbus, I believe. Oh, and I think a boy from Cincinnati. I had an '86 Chevy pickup, short bed. It had 305 before I got that Dodge. And a boy from over near Cincinnati come down to buy it. I put it on Craigslist, and I thought it was a joke, man. I said, "Man, I don't really think you want to drive this far for a pickup." But he did. He was serious. Southern vehicle doesn't tend to rust out as bad as it does up yonder. It's what he told me. He said, "You can't find a truck up there that's not completely rusted out for sale." You know, it was hard. So I think I hear the dog snoring, and it's your cicadas. Oh, yeah. I don't even pay them no attention, to be honest with you. Not unless I'm out here just sitting and thinking for a little bit. So, Matt Dole, yes. Kentucky Leisure. Look at you, Steve. Face shave. No, I didn't shave this morning. I did have to shower. And I was going to shave, but I run late before I had to go up the highway. So I said, man, I'll just catch it later. Normally I try to for the lives and for the Cowbell Tuesdays. I try to look halfway decent. But today I'm wore out from taking that trip up yonder and then putting this stuff here up and knocking around there in the house a little bit. So you have to get what you get now. Look like you're no older than 40 years old. Yeah, okay. Flattery will get you everywhere. How about now? You know, I meant to bring a hat out here, but this is why I get that cross in my head. That was that last week when I put that picture up there. If you look at it close, you can see I always get a cross in my head because the sun beats on me, and you get them lines, and it's white on your head. And I always try to get one of them that's fully covered. I don't like them. I like the half ones like this. But in the summertime, I have to wear one of those, or either one of them straw hats, or that Australian crusher hat I got, that brown one. It's got this mesh around the sides of it, but it's got a little patch over your head. Almost looks like a clown, doesn't it? Man, that. Backyard Science. How you doing? At a concert, so loud, can't hear you a word you're saying. Do you know your sign language? Yeah. I try not to do it. Enjoy your concert, Buzz. You can watch this again anytime, man. What we got in here? We got 40 people, man. That's good for me, especially since I ain't put nothing out. I was gonna put a video out, but to be honest with you, I didn't feel like it, so I didn't do it. I put a handful out this way. I think one week I did do 3. One was a junk video. Usually on Monday and Friday I try to put one out. Anything other than that's just kind of a. I make a lot of that junk stuff. I went to Daggone Park the other day, made a video. I doubt I'll ever put that out. But looking at that kayak launch, now that my back's healed up, I plan on going and getting that kayak from that fella and trying it. It's a lot smoother upriver there. It doesn't have the barge traffic we have or the weekend warriors and stuff out there either. It's all a lot smoother, and it's got that launch made for it. So I want to try it up there in that kind of calm area before I get a hang of things before I take it out anywhere it's major. But I'm looking forward to trying his because I want to see if I like it or not. I might not like it, so I don't want to buy one until I'm sure. Seattle sombrero is a good ad. Yeah. I got 3 or 4 straw hats. I probably got 50 of these suckers. I ain't got but one head. But that's what I was gonna get to. I meant to bring a hat out here. It's a new one, I guess. Still got the tag on it. One of my little ladies had just went to Denmark. She spent a couple of weeks in Denmark. She brought me one back, and it's a nice one. But it's fully covered. It ain't got the mesh in the back. It's got a picture of the. It's got the royal jewels on the front, the crown. It's got Denmark wrote down in the bottom. And she brought me a hat back a few years ago when she went. It's just a black hat with a flag on it, and it says Denmark on the bottom underneath of it. But this is real pretty. I think it's blue and white, blue and gray. It's a pretty hat. I'm gonna have to put that one back. I ain't gonna wear that one unless me and the baby have something special to go to. Not sure how you're staying cool. It is hot, hot, hot outside. Not here it ain't, man. It's probably, I don't know, 85. Sun's gone down. The humidity's almost nothing. It's not supposed to pick back up till later, this weekend. Yesterday was beautiful, man. I went to fishing yesterday. I didn't catch a darn thing. I caught a bunch of little guppies. I ain't had much luck this year. I ain't had much luck with anything this year. I hurt my back, so I missed 4 weeks and I just weren't able to do nothing. I didn't get to feeling good till this week, and I still want to be careful on it. But and then my garden's done terrible, and the daggone the house has been tore down for a week now, inside and out. And then I ain't done very good fishing at all. I took my camera so I could do a little fishing video, but I caught a couple little brim that I don't know, man. They're probably about the size of my hand, I guess. And a handful of little catfish, but I ain't caught nothing this year hardly. I'd like to catch a turtle. Used to, there's a park over in Clarendon Heights, just about 10 minutes down the road down there. And I've never tasted turtle, never eaten turtle. And so I thought this year I'd probably try to catch one because I used to catch them down there. I used to make dough balls. Well, I think I made them out of grits. I got the recipe. I got it wrote on one of them little note cards. I got it in the baby's. She had a little box there with all the cards stuck down in it. I stuck it down in there. And but they eat the heck out of it. I could catch them all day long out there like that. That and carp. Catch a lot of carp out there. But I thought I might try that. I've been out there a couple times, but I ain't catch one. I didn't take that dough bait. I ain't made that in years. But it's not hot here, boss. It will be, I don't know if it's starting tomorrow or Saturday. It's going to be 105 plus for foreseeable future, feel like. So it is what it is. It doesn't bother me much. Yeah. When I hear Cicadas on cooler days, I barely notice them. When it's so 90 plus out, I really hear them, and they seem to make it feel even hotter. Oh yeah. I agree with that. When you hear them, tree frogs will be starting up here shortly as soon as it gets a little bit darker. Man, those things get. I mean, those things get crazy. You need to wear a Packers hat. I got a handful of them in there, and that's another thing too. I don't know. Nobody's noticed because I've been doing it for about 3 years. But in the summertime, I try to wear a different hat every video. So I've done wore two Packers hats. I got one or two more in there. I've worn a straw hat. I think I've worn two different straw hats. And I wore that Australian Crusher hat, that brown one that I always wear when I'm working. So, and listen here, my little buddy give me lives over yonder. I go over and see them on Sunday, and him and his wife, and she's one of my little ladies over yonder. So, but he's a good fellow. He was born and raised in Petersburg. Uh, Checking in from Elizabethtown, Kentucky. More folks, yeah. Let's see, Elizabethtown, Kentucky. I don't know that place either, boss. I don't know too much. I've been to Kentucky. That's where we eat at. What the name? I can't remember. I got the receipt to it in the house there. It's in our my photo album from the time I lived up there in Columbus. How'd you hurt your back? Everybody gets a kick out of this. I was sitting in the recliner there in the house. It was at the end of the day. I'd kicked my shoes off. So I reached down with this finger to pull the sock off my left foot. And that was it. I was 2 or 3 days in the bed. I mean, it was murder. I had to go to the doctor to get something just so I could get some rest. I couldn't get comfortable nowhere. I mean, just as late as I don't know, beginning of last week, I couldn't have been able to sit here like this long. It hurt so bad. It was a pulled muscle. The doc said he thought it might have been slip disc. Sent me for X-rays, and they're going to send me to physical therapy. I kind of wishy-washy about that, but I think I'll go. Maybe I can learn some more stretches up there because I stretch my back every morning. Because I have trouble with my lower back, anyways. And but since I've been retired, I ain't had no trouble. I stretch it every morning. There's 2 or 3 exercises. I don't know if it's yoga, if it's just physical therapy move or what it is. But it's that cat pose and the dog pose, and then I do like a bowing pose where you get down on your knees and you lean forward and stretch your arms out like that and stretch my lower back. So it was just a fluke. I must have been tired that day. Maybe I twisted wrong. Mechanics play a big part in that stuff, and I could have twisted wrong or some bull like that. But it hurt like crazy. So, but now I'm pretty much 99%. I'm still leery of it though. I was at a Super Bowl party years ago. Someone had made the delicious soup. Come to find out it was turtle soup. That did it for me. I wouldn't eat anymore. Used to be a fellow, older guy, lived in Denwood. Every year he would give a turkey. He'd have a contest. He'd give a turkey to a person that brought him the biggest turtle. So, but no, well, my problem is cleaning it. I've never cleaned one. I seen a guy clean one. I was dating a girl lived out in Prince George. She had an uncle come up from Louisiana, and he was cleaning one time down yonder. But that's been 40 years ago. But you got to get that shell off of them, and then they have a little hard chest plate and everything. You got to cut through that, and then there really ain't a whole lot of meat on them. You got the neck and the legs is about all that's usable on them. But I would like to try it. And if I'm thinking, I ain't tell the baby. I don't. I don't know how she feels about it. But I mean, they're so prevalent. You catch them in the river and all the lakes and ponds and stuff around here. Figure, hey man, I'll snag one or two and bring it to the house. A lot of people bring them home and they'll put them in one of them little kiddie plastic pools with the water, or one of them 50-gallon drums, and just feed them, kind of clean them out a little bit. Feed them lettuce or whatever. But so I don't know how I'll do it, but we'll give it a shot if I ever catch one. One that I big enough that I deem edible. You be careful getting in and out of the kayak if socks folded you. Yeah. Well, that's the thing, because this has got a nice little. It's got a nice little ramp there with rollers on it and pull bars, so you can you can put it on dry land and on a stable platform, and then I can take my time getting in it. And it's a sit on top. I don't want to get in one of them inside ones because I don't want to get trapped in that sucker. So I'm trying to ease myself into it. But well, actually, my buddy come over and visited me was last week, and because I hadn't been by to see him, I told him I was going to come pick it up, and that's when I got hurt. And he was checking on me because he just got out of the hospital himself, and what he had pneumonia, I believe it was, and he's getting ready to go to Alabama. And he told me, hey, man, just come by and get it. He said, get the life preservers, the paddles, whatever, because he's got two of them kayaks. One's the inside sitting and one's on top. He said, just grab them, man. Take them to the house. Keep it as long as you need it. So I'm probably going to do that next week. Did you see? Yes, I did. Passed away. Well, he was 71, I think, or 72. And then you had Ozzy. He was like 78 or something. He passed. Then you had that Malcolm Jamal Warner. He was only in his 40s. That guy off of the Cosby Show. I think he drowned. Well, I think my brother told me, no, my neighbor across the street said he drowned in Mexico on vacation. So that's something else. You have to make up a cool story about how you hurt yourself. Yeah, but I could do that. I mean, I come up with that story about the carjacking that wasn't. That was all made up. People got a kick out of that. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I was saving some kid that was trapped under a car or something. Oh, but I mean, for me to get hurt that way, I mean, that's par for the course. What a year I daggone busted my daggone Achilles. I hurt both of them. I did everything but tear the Achilles itself. And I never did know what happened. The only best I can figure is I was raking the leaves up and I put them in a tarp. I used to put them in a tarp in the front yard there. And I drag them and dump them over the little hill there. The best I can figure, that's how I hurt them. I don't know. But, yeah, stupid stuff gets me every time. So, much less the important stuff. Man, oh no, I'm late. Nah, you're not late, brother. Dean, never late here. If it weren't for running late, man, I mean, what was that song on a hee haw? What was it them guys used to sing? If it weren't for bad news, bad luck, I'd have none at all. No kidding, Cole. I didn't know that. Fort Campbell, Kentucky. I think Dad might have been stationed there at one time. I know he was stationed at Fort Knox one time. Man, that's a lot. I've tore it was years ago. I was just a kid, probably 10. A buddy of Dad's bought they were getting rid of some old wooden barracks out there at Fort Lee. And I went over there with Dad to help him tear them down. And he built a 2-car garage out of that thing. He tore it down. He took the wiring and everything. But that's what it was. I think it was a hospital bed, or it might have been an actual barracks. But they had that slot in the wall where you used to be able to take them old safety razors and put in that slot and fall down in the bottom, because you used to have those in houses. And when we tore that wall apart, man, I bet there was 5,000 razors down there on the at the bottom of that wall. They were all over the place. So there had to be a bathroom right there where we was working at that time. That's been years ago. Almost fell off the roof there at 10. I don't know what it was. I was taking nails out of boards. And I think there was a loose board or something, and I kicked it. And then I went, but I didn't come off the roof, but I did fall. I had that board when I was a kid hit me in the nose right there with a daggone 2x4, and it was my fault. I give him the board. Stupid stuff, man. Hope you're doing good. Yeah, we're doing great, Dean. I'm glad you showed up, man. I didn't put out nothing early about it. I usually try to, but man, I don't like to hassle anybody, so I just I show up. If people pop in, that's great. If it ain't, hey man, chances are they're busy anyways. Malcolm was 54. Oh, okay. I didn't know, to be honest with you. I had it twitched up, didn't I? Hope you're doing good. We're doing great, Dean. That truck jacking story made us laugh so hard. Yeah, yeah. Well, the guy was telling it to there. That's when I worked at the daggone paper mill down in the coal shack. He got a big kick out of that. Because, I mean, he was right in it. He said, no kidding, what happened? That's just, they thought they were saving my life, and I thought they was trying to carjack me. If you'd have seen the truck, you'd say, yeah, it looked like a wreck moving wreck. No, I didn't hear that about Chuck. Gloom, despair, and agony on me. That's it. That's it. You know, I did a video back years ago when I first started this, probably 3-4 years ago when I first started YouTube, and I reposted it on here on this channel here about my haircut story. How come it's so hard for me to go get a haircut? If you get a chance, you have to check that one out. That's I don't know what the name of it is. Bad haircut, my haircut story, or something like that. That's hilarious. But that one's all true. That one sounds made up, dog. I ain't gonna lie to you. I can't hardly finally believe it myself, but that one's true. Every bit of it. Still makes me crack up every time I go to get a haircut. I think about it. Steve, you're losing weight in retirement. Your face looks thinner. It's probably the camera. I haven't lost any. I did that first year. I think I was actually 218. I always said I was 210, 215. That was usually where I hung out at. But now I range between 190, 195. Be honest with you, I'd like to get down to about 180, 185, just because the holiday season's getting ready to come, and I can allow myself to eat a little bit, you know. But 190, 195 is pretty, it's easy. I don't have to even think about it, and I stay there. Now, I do get below 190. I was below 190 back when I hurt my back. I was down about 186 or something. But normally I hang about 190, probably about 194, 192, something like that. Yeah, I saw that. I think you give me a comment, Swamp Rat, about that. And yeah, well, I registered mine when it came. Oh yeah. Well, I ain't never had nothing that daggone nice. So now I got them old saltwater poles over there, and that come from my little lady that went to Denmark. It was her friend that when he died, I think his son gave them to her, and she gave them to me. And at the time, those were nice rods. back when they were originally built, like in the 70s or something like that. They were. It's a good brand. I forget the name of it. Fin Glass, or something like that. But I mean that. Yeah. No. Oh yeah, that caught my daggone. It caught one of them little baby cats, and then it caught my brim the other day. That thing's deadly on them daggone panfish, brim perch, stuff like that. It's got a good feel to it, and the tip is nice. Look healthy, good for you. Yeah, it's a good weight. It's a good weight for me, Tiger. It's easy for me to keep. Actually, I'm almost obese according to the charts. I mean, at 5'10", I think I am. That, you know, but a little extra weight carrying around. If you have to go in for surgery, you always lose a few pounds. So I can always say I'm protecting myself for that. But it's a comfortable weight. I can tell a difference once I get over 200. So bent down to tie my shoe. I heard it clicking. Trying to straighten. Yeah, it's easy to do, man. It's easy to do. Boy I went to school with, his mom threw hers out. She was down for a week. Um, she was picking up a string she saw on the ground on the floor in the house, and that was it. Took her out. It's a lot of times it's just a fluke like that. Like I said, the mechanics is a big thing. If you're twisting when you do it, or you do it and try to snap back up or something, it's that has a lot to do with it. And if you're tired, if you've been working all day and your muscles are tired, and you do that, it can happen. It ain't as hard as you think it is, or as I think it is, anyways. I got my 40 high school reunion coming up in November, and then a cruise. So I need to lose about 8 pounds, gain them back. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I'm glad you showed up, Carrie. I Well, you made that comment about giving me a hard time. You missed you. You were sad that I didn't have that one last week, and because you missed having given me a hard time. So, and I hadn't done. I never thought about coming out here. I was watching Buzz's video live the other night. He'd mentioned it, and I said I never tried it. So, and somebody sent me a comment on one my last video about well, about the house getting the work done to it. How about do it from your new deck? And I said, man, that'd be great, because I'm sitting right there. I can just step out the kitchen door there and do it. So, and it's just easy for me to sit down at the kitchen table after dinner and cut the laptop on and let her eat. So, and I have to hook up a daggone. I got a portable mic, and I got a little camera that sits at the top of my laptop. They have to plug in, and so I have to carry a bunch of junk out here. But it's used the way I used to make videos when I was sitting over in the corner over yonder, and I used to talk to it sideways. But I started with just what come on the computer here, the camera and the mic. But the microphone screwed up on me, so I had to get a microphone. And then I got that camera later, because the computer does okay, but it's not as good a picture. And this camera ain't all that good either. I usually use I got a GoPro I make for everything but now. And I got this so I can do the out and about videos when I go to them little parks, or go fishing, or when I'm walking in the backyard or whatever. But so I mean I'm, the mic ain't the best in the world, but that's all I'm willing to spend. Well, I hope you enjoy your 40th reunion. That's in November. We don't hit 40 yet. Let me see. No, I think we just hit 40 last year. Yeah, we hit 40 last year. 84, 94, 04, 14, 24. Yeah. We didn't have a reunion. Our class didn't. Everybody else might have, but ours didn't. I wouldn't have went anyways. What's up, Steve? Greetings from Stafford. All right, Rick. How you doing out there? Has it been warm out there the past couple of days? It's been nice here. These past 2 days have been beautiful. I mean, just lovely. It had a little breeze too, so made it bearable. While moving a mattress. Ugh. Yeah, the mattresses will catch you, buddy. When I was a kid, we still had we had one of them old feather mattresses, and it was full size of them. It was my sister's one that slept on it. And you want to talk about heavy? That guy that bought the barracks over at Fort Lee, he come to help us move, and when he went over to pick that mattress up, he hollered. He said, "Oh Lord!" He said, "I done found the world's heaviest mattress." That sucker was heavy, man. You figure you have how many feathers are in that thing? Man. But you used to be able to pick the feathers out of that thing at nighttime, it'd poke you. Same for the pillows. I was in Stafford last week visiting DC for some traffic was terrible. We enjoyed Stafford and visited Fredericksburg. I need to get up that way because I wanted to expand my daggone Civil War route because I've done a lot of stuff local and I wanted to branch out from now, but I ain't been able to get to it this year. So, but I want to go down to Violet Bank because I finished off last year at Petersburg at Battle of the Crater. And Violet Bank was where Robert E. Lee was headquartered at, and that's when it used to get shelled. So he had to move it right down here to there's a community college over there. It's got one of them history signs down there. Said that's where General Lee moved to. But he was down at Violet Bank because it's just across the river. Sits right there on the Appomattox across from Petersburg. When he heard the explosion from the crater, he jumped on his horse and he run up yonder. So just got a notification that Buzz is live. I think he's streaming. Hey, he might be. Who's he watching? Go on in and check it out. Roger that. Traffic is bad. Yes, it is. Well, it's like I said, we went up there north of Richmond. My brother-in-law was going to go because I rode with him. He was going to go up 95 to the 64 interchange and head west, but we took 295, went around and just went over. But that's 95-64 corridor going in north of Richmond there. I mean, that's crazy. Well, it was, depending on what time of day. And if you go during the week, it's just outrageous. That GoPro of yours puts out a beautiful video. It looks like it's 4K or something. Yeah, I think it's supposed to, I don't know. It's supposed to put out a decent picture, and it does, I think. A lot better than the camera on here or there. I don't have a phone. So, I can't stream on this. And, I can stream on the computer either with the daggone hookup I got. So, tomorrow in New England, 100 or more. We did have 3 beautiful days in a row of 70s. Just beautiful. That's good. That's hot, man. You get up there and it gets that hot, man. Y'all just aren't equipped to handle it. I think more of my aunt lives in Pennsylvania. Yeah, she does. I can't say that. For years, they didn't have air conditioning, though. It was just, they had a breezeway going from the garage to the house, and it was cool. Kind of cool off area. But I think for years when we was kids, I don't think they had air conditioning. They might have. I don't remember. But they got a basement. It was cool down there. But like I said, my uncle, he never had air conditioning. Not till they got older, after he retired, I think. But my granddad down in Carolina, he never had air conditioning when he was a kid. But they had a house that was built for it. They had that cross ventilation, windows across from doors and across from other windows. And they had one of them, they had that center hall. And when you come up the front porch and go down, there was another screen door all the way at the end of the hall. And then it had 2 rooms across from each other here and 2 rooms down yonder across from each other. You use them screen doors, man, and you get that breeze blowing through there. And it was I can't say it was nice, but it was doable. When you take the kayak out, you should film. Yeah, that's the idea. I got because I went out and bought one of them harnesses, and I done made a video fishing out of it, but I think I had it tilted down too far, and you really can't see a whole lot, so I never posted that either. There's a lot of junk I don't post. Weather was awesome yesterday, and today will be a hot one tomorrow. Oh, okay. Sorry, I must have missed it. What kind of addition are you doing? Oh, we're not doing an addition. We're just putting side. It's time to paint again. And ever since we moved here, man, I paint about every 7 years or so. I always look at getting siding, but I couldn't justify it because, I mean, it takes me about a week, 4 or 5 days to paint it. And it just didn't make sense to me. And paint weren't much. Paint's expensive now. But we had that old masonite, that pressed wood siding. And every year you have to replace that stuff. Board here, board there. It was rotting on you. The upkeep is what I was trying to get away from the older I get. So I said, heck on it, this year we're going to go ahead and do it. And we did that, and they're going to add that deck on the back. We wanted to get just like a stoop, but the baby likes to come out there sometimes in the evening and sit down and talk on the phone. So the boy said to go with about a 6x8. That'll give her a little place to sit, maybe put a plant or two out there, and then it'll get plenty of room to use. And actually, that's almost the size of the little deck we had up there. I think it might have been an 8x8 or something, maybe an 8x10 or something like that. So we have been getting a lot of rain, and it's so humid. Mosquitoes will carry you off. Yeah. Well, you see the screen here, Dane. I put that up today because I knew I was going to be doing the live out here. So I haven't had no trouble with it. And then I got one of them little citronella candles back yonder. And I lit that one up before I started on the live. So I ain't had no troubles out here tonight. I was just too lazy in the spring to put it up. So, but I didn't want to get carried off and scare anybody. Carrying off the cows. Grew up in New England, and we never had AC. Yeah, we was never allowed to cut it on in the daytime. When we stayed at home during the summer break or whatever, Mom would want me to cut it on about 3 o'clock. She get off at 3. Yeah, I think she worked 6 to 3 or 7 to 3 is what she worked. Yeah, it was. So about 2 o'clock, she wanted to cut us on. Wanted us to cut it on so it'd be cool when she got there. But normally back then, I can remember as a kid, they only ran it at night so they could get some sleep. They didn't run it during the day. I don't know. There's a buddy of mine that lives up in Hanover, north of Richmond there. He was the same way for a long time. Well, I think he had it in the house, but he wouldn't go in there during the day. He'd sit on that breezeway he had between the garage and the house. He said, if I go in there, I won't want to come back out. But, I mean, he's up in his 90s. I didn't think it was that safe for him to be doing that, but I think he was in his 80s back then. It's been a few years ago. So, yeah, okay. But anyways, that's about it, man. I've been right busy. I ain't done a whole lot. And the house has been tore down. We got to go put all the dishes and stuff up. I had a couple of daggone shelves above the washer and dryer. And I didn't think about taking them down, but they was beating on that house like there was. The stuff we had on it and that vibration from the backside, that stuff was kind of heavy, and it just made it worse. And that shelf come down. And you know what? Before I retired, I'd mentioned that we was going to have to get us a wash machine. Well, we ain't never get one yet. That one's still cranking, so. But the baby has said, I was told her I could put the shelves back up. Had some vases on it. Um, a couple things the wife bought for when our daughter got married a few years back for the place settings. Well, one of them broke. One of them fell off and then broke. But I never thought these would come out. That's the reason we took the dishes out. I didn't want them to rattle out either. But she was thinking, hey man, you ain't got to put them back, because I told her I could just move it over a half inch one way or the other, and the board of the shelf itself would cover that hole, because they had them anchors in there and screwed them in to screw into. And but she said she's thinking about getting a stackable washer in there and dryer in there, so it covered up. We'll see. There's always something happening here down on the corner. But other than that, that's about it. But listen, man, y'all take care of yourselves, man. I appreciate y'all showing up, especially me not giving out no notice. As a general rule, it's the third Thursday of the month at 7 p.m. Eastern. If you want to show up, that's cool. And but last week I wasn't aware that all that was going to be happening, so I had to bow out. So I figured I'd just show up tonight. If anybody happened to show up, that's cool. Otherwise, I'd be sitting here talking to myself. But I appreciate it, man. Y'all try to stay cool out there. Get them fluids in you. Get you a few minutes in cool area. Look up in daggone heat exhaustion symptoms, man. You don't want to get that stuff, man. I've had that heat exhaustion. Was it heat exhaustion? What is the other one? I forget what it is. But I had the lesser of the two a couple times. And man, that ain't no way to be. And the older we get, man, the quicker and easier it is for us to dehydrate. So you got to be looking ahead, like I am on that house, getting them gutter guards and making it maintenance free for me. So that's what I got to deal with. It seems like something always goes wrong in the worst time of year. Either it's 10 degrees or it's 110. And I ain't about getting out there. So, but anyways, that's my soapbox for the night. Take it easy. You too, Bill. George Soros, great. AC going up by the box. Yeah, now that's cool. Because I used to have, over at Mama's house, I used to always have a box window in the fan, and the box fan in the window at nighttime. Sometimes I'd have to get up and cut that sucker off. It'd get cool. It's amazing how cool it is. Of course, you're laying there and sitting still. You know, that's the problem I have in the house. I freeze to death in the house. Baby's got it 73, 75 or whatever. And I always keep a long sleeve shirt over the back of my chair. Because I go in the house to try to cool off and sit down and relax for a little bit. But she's in there up working, and she gets hot. Washing dishes, cooking, or doing clothes or whatever. So she needs to have it cool. But I like to freeze to death. That's why I have to come out here all the time. It's self-preservation. Heat stroke, that's it. That's it. Angela, how you doing? I hadn't noticed you tonight. Swamp rat, right. So I guess heat exhaustion is the first one and heat stroke's the second one. Yeah. So I had that a couple times. Twice, I believe. And it was because I was outside and never stopped and kept doing and got the shakes and got the sick feeling. And at that time, I had an old 71 Ford pickup. I was cutting a tree down, shrubs down for a guy. And the chainsaw cut on me, so I grabbed the axe and started doing it. And I had to sit down under the shade there probably an hour or so before I felt like I could drive home. It was a 3-speed. Had manual brakes, manual windows, manual steering, everything. And I got to the house here, and I asked the baby if she could drive me to the dump because I had a load full of that stuff to haul off for that guy. And I ended up having to get a neighbor down the road to come up there and take me to the dump. I couldn't make it. I was out. Steve does a lot of stupid stuff. That's why you shouldn't pay too much attention to me. Well, I'm sorry, Angela. I'm getting ready to cut off of you. I don't like to keep people longer than about an hour or so. And I got to get in there and get me. Baby made some link sausage for dinner and some potatoes and peppers and onions and stuff she made on. Put on a baking sheet and baked it in the oven. So I'm gonna get in there and get me a sausage sandwich. So, but y'all take care of yourselves, man, and try and make it a great weekend, man. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be hot everywhere. So just watch yourself. And hopefully I'll make a video Monday. I got plans on it. I got a lot of stuff like rattling in my head, and we go into our advisor next in a couple of weeks. It's my 6-month meeting with him. So I got a lot of stuff I'm dealing with. So I got a lot to talk about. One of them is a rich person's problem for a factory flunker. You believe that? I don't believe it. I didn't expect it. So, but anyways, man, y'all take care. I'm gonna get on off of here. Hey, you take care, Angela. Slam it down hard. Keep cool. You doing all right, buddy. Let me see if I can't end the stream. Now, I appreciate everybody showing up. It really means a lot to me. End stream. There we go. Stop immediately. You no longer be live.